How's it going, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Prem de la Creme. A lot has happened since the last time we spoke. Some big results. Spain finally won in this World Cup 4-0. A statement victory or something that we can't look too much into. We also got Egypt with a historical first win in the World Cup. And we got an Egyptian fan over here who will be talking all about it as well. We got Germany also who did continue their win against an impressive, Cote d'Ivoire. And we got the Netherlands, who beat Sweden 5-1 after Sweden won 5-1 in the game prior. So what is going on in Group F? There's so many things to unpack, so many things to talk about. But for now, let's just first introduce the panel. I have an esteemed panel here with me, the ones that you know already. Everybody here, you have seen their faces. I'm going to start off with Hamza. Hamza, Mr. TFE, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. As I said in the live a couple moments ago, this has been the best 2 days of football in the World Cup. I'm starting to feel in my cojones. I'm starting to feel World Cup fever. Coming up the body. So I'm excited to talk about it, and I'm excited about the games coming up because I think this World Cup is starting to take shape.
100%. And Mr. Mo, Citizen Mo, how are we doing? After Egypt's win, especially.
Doing good. It's been an emotional few hours. It's been an emotional day. A really positively emotional day. So I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to tell you guys how I'm feeling.
Amazing stuff. And we got also Mr. Max Saeed. Mac, how are we doing today?
I'm excited, bro, to be on the pod again. I missed the last show, had a bit of FOMO, but I'm back to be with the with the boys. And like Hamza said, these last 2 days have been really exciting to watch football. I still don't have the World Cup hype. Maybe I'll get there, but it's been brilliant these past few days.
We'll see, because I agree with Hamza. The fact that I do think that the World Cup definitely is starting to give me that sense of dopamine hits on a daily, because there are some storylines that have been unfolding. You can even go the route of who are these old goalkeepers who are grabbing the headlines, with the latest one being the Iranian goalkeeper. Obviously, Vozinha was the one that started it all, and looks like there's definitely been a couple more storylines in this whole World Cup. So we'll unpack it all. We'll definitely unpack it all.
Yeah.
You know how the structure of the show goes already, everybody. We will be reviewing a couple of the games that have passed between now and our previous show, as well as previewing tomorrow's games, right? Because and also, I believe, the Wednesday games. But then we will be having shows on a daily from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there's a lot more shows coming. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials to stay up to date with all of that. So let's start up first with the preview of the game that will be happening within the next hour. It's going to be Argentina versus Austria. Messi, can he keep the consistency? Oh, that rhymed. I want to start off with Hamza. Hamza, what do we think about this Argentina versus Austria game that's going to happen now?
Yeah, I really hope Messi's got another one in us for us, because I know a lot of people around the world missed the Argentina-Algeria game because obviously the timing. But this is like perfect prime time. I think in Egypt, it starts at 8 p.m. South Africa starts at 7 p.m. UK, it starts at 6 p.m. Messi, I just want to see it one more time. But even if he doesn't, as I said in my latest video, he has basically no pressure this World Cup. He can just go out and have vibes. But I'm excited to see how they do against Austria. Obviously, they won their first game. Austria as well. So, I mean, there are going to be no scrubs. But I think they'll have too much. I think Argentina will have way too much for them, because outside of Lionel Messi, their performance in the first game was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues or if that was just a one-off. But we will see.
We shall see. I'm going to then go over to the guy representing Argentina here today on the show, Mr. Mo. What do you think is going to happen in Argentina versus Austria?
I'm wearing an Argentina top, but I'm not. I'm rooting for Messi, but I'm not really rooting for Argentina. I'm not gonna lie. But I think they're gonna beat them. Austria's had a decent run so far. They beat Jordan 3-1. That's a good start. Jordan isn't as bad a team as people think, but still Argentina though. Like the names on display are really solid. The attack is really solid. If Messi doesn't show up, Alvarez is gonna show up. So I think they're gonna beat them comfortably.
Definitely. Mac, you also are aspiring coach. So I want to tell you also, in their current lineup, right, it looks like, okay, on paper, to be a 4-4-2, but definitely in terms of what's going to happen on the field, it probably won't be, because I'm going to name you the midfield and the two attackers, and you tell me what the possible shapes could be. We got in the midfield DePaul, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, and Almeida, and then we got Messi and Lautaro Martinez up top. Now that doesn't scream 4-4-2, traditional 4-4-2 when you hear those players.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It's one of those formations where it's set up like a 4-4-2, but it's technically a 4-3-3 in attack. And Messi is given that free license role where he can move to the right, move to the center. Basically, Messi is him. He moves wherever he feels like. So
yeah.
And the way Argentina play, you get the ball, you give it to Messi, you play the game. That's literally Argentina's football. Argentina don't have they probably have their set routines in the way they play, but number one on the attacking list, give the ball to Messi, enjoy the game.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can all agree with that. Messi, was he preserving his energy by going to the MLS a couple of seasons ago so that he could still maybe have one last World Cup in him?
Possible, bro. Man is living life. He's living it to his terms.
This is just a bonus.
100%.
This is literally just a bonus because, like, for him, I think the MLS was more like a commercial deal, like because his career was done when he left Barcelona. Let's be real, right? Like what he had to do at the top level at Barcelona, like he did everything. He didn't really have to do anything else apart from the World Cup. Won the World Cup. Now it's just like thinking of his next steps, right? I think this is just like a bonus to him. Whatever happens. And obviously, he's still so good that he can build a team a little bit around him. I think they will come short when it comes to like the deeper stages of the World Cup because, like, what? Is he going to score a hat-trick every single game? No. Is he going to play against Lucas Zidane every game? No. Right? Like, these things are not in place for him. So I think against tougher teams, it could be interesting. That's why I think today's going to be a very interesting game. But, yeah, I mean, it's the same lineup that they start the first game, to be honest. So I would expect them to play in the exact same way that they started in that first game. So, yeah. Let's see what happens, though. I'm excited. If Messi gets another hat-trick, I'll be very, very happy.
But like you pointed out, like the whole team played well. It wasn't just Messi having his day. It was the whole team. It was an all-round performance. So I think credit should be also given to the other players because they did.
I mean, they got Enzo Fernandez. You know what I mean? You got 120 million man Enzo Fernandez. Like, when you have that guy in your team, bro, like, you're going to go very far. That's just like the long and short of it. And if anyone's looking for a new central midfielder to partner up anyone in the world and go to that top elite level, I know a price we're looking at around 125, 130 mil. Where he's not for sale, but like that's how much he would cost. So like, if any interested parties are watching the World Cup, just letting you know of information that I have from sources close to myself and the player.
I think most team will be interested, They'll be looking into.
Yeah, I think Maresca is going to be interested, but I'm hoping he's not. I'm not a big fan of the guy.
What? Because he dunked on your head at the Etihad? Is that why?
Maybe, but I just don't think he's got what it takes to compete for a title. Basically, like he's good for like a top 4 race, and that's about it. And maybe being like a backup.
Mo, me and you are not going to get on, bro. Honestly, Mo, me and you are not going to get on. Trust. Okay. I'll be honest about Enzo. I know this is aside from the World Cup. I'll be honest about Enzo, right? I think he's linked with the sale to Real Madrid for 120 mil. But I was having this conversation with a friend yesterday. I think he can go on to be like a Toni Kroos, Luka Modric level midfielder. I think he's that good, right? The performance against Liverpool in 2023, that first game of the season, I don't know if you remember, Nawaz, 23-24, first game against Liverpool. That when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm sold. Absolutely sold, right? I think at Chelsea, he will never get to that point. Right, him and Caicedo and Palmer, it's not it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The profiles, in my opinion, don't work. But if you get Fernandez in the system that works for him, oh my God, that guy by far and away for me would become the best midfielder in the world. For me, he just totally would. But you need to find a system and a profile that would work. I'm not sure if Real Madrid is the answer to that. And to be honest, I'm not sure if Man City is either.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you could give me a decisive trait of Enzo Fernandez that justifies a 100 million valuation, what would you say that trait is? Like, what does he bring to the team that he could go to?
To be honest, he's like so many Latin American players where they're like their level is so high, but they're so inconsistent. right? So which just is just irritating. So then it's like, how can you become best player in the world? I mean, bro, like his eye for a pass is very good. Like his carries in the middle of midfield's all right, like pretty decent. But he's just the engine of the team, right? He does everything, and his box crashing. For me, I think he's the best box crashing 8 in the world. Right, I think that's just like a profile that he's just like the top of. I don't think there's much competition, but like he's an all-round midfielder that can literally like carry your team. Like the performance against PSG last year, the Club World Cup final, proved to me, and his performance in the final for the World Cup in 2022, the fact that he came into that team after they lost to Saudi Arabia and dominated as a young lad who just come from River Plate. I mean, there's so many things. People will pick holes at his game, but like all that, it's like he's got his fingerprints across so many good moments in Argentina and Chelsea's recent history. So yeah, I mean that's what I would say. But I would say his box crashing and his like engine like ability would be that sort of his decisive traits.
Yeah,
You know, all of that Hamza mentioned, okay, but for him to be £100 million player is mentality. That the leadership in him definitely gets him over the line to get 100 million. That's what I'm seeing with Rice. We saw that with Grealish, he flopped. Now, Liverpool want to do that with Diomande. I don't think it's fair on that. But if you give that to Enzo Fernandez, I think that's a fair attribute. I think all those coming together and leadership mentality-wise, 100 million is a fair. 100 million, 110 million is a fair amount to pay for him.
Right, with all that being said, I wanted to know then what are your boys' score predictions for the game that's going to happen now? So Argentina versus Austria, winner of this game would secure qualification because Jordan and Algeria have 0 points. So what will the scoreline be for Argentina versus Austria?
I'd go 2-0. I'd go 2-0, and I would say Lautaro Martinez double. Actually, you know what? No. Actually, I'm not going to say Lautaro Martinez double because he's so good. But then when everyone's watching him, he's terrible, and everyone's going to be watching this game. So I'll say 2-0, and I'll go. It doesn't matter who the scorers are, but it won't be Messi.
I think, first of all, I think Argentina is going to be conceding because Austria's attack is looking decent. I don't know their specific names, but I watched the game. I feel like they could get past the Argentinian defense. The defense isn't that great, but I don't think Lautaro is scoring for the same reason that you just said. I think we're gonna get another Messi goal, and I think he might get subbed off. And talking about Lautaro, he might get subbed off, and we get an Alvarez goal or McAllister goal as well. So I'm going 2-1.
Back.
I'm going to go for an Argentina 3-0 victory again. I think they're going to be too powerful for Austria. I saw Austria play, but I wasn't really impressed with them against Jordan. So I think Argentina is going to have too much power for them.
I think definitely Austria will bring the game to Argentina. I do see Argentina winning though, so that's why I'm going to go for a 2-1. I also see them conceding. All right. That's a game that's going to be happening now at 7 o'clock CAT, 6 o'clock UK. Let's talk about the games that did happen now since the 20th of June, Saturday. Netherlands, right? They won 5-1 against Sweden. Now, did any of us see that coming? Right? We thought it was going to be a closer game. Then I thought it was going to be a closer game, me personally. But the Swedish to win 5-1 and then lose 5-1, that was a bit of a shocker. And Netherlands, my dark horses, are looking like they definitely are building up some good momentum, which is what you need in these knockout competitions. So what do we make about Netherlands versus Sweden?
It was an impressive performance, man. Really impressive performance. From start to finish, even off the bench, Somerville coming off, doing the business. Gakpo scored a goal. Oh my God, breaking news, guys. Flipping out. Arnie Slot somewhere being like, I told you so. And Brian Brobby. I mean, yeah. That guy, I said to these boys before filming, I'm like this close, probably like this close away from going Chelsea. Get on the phone to Sunderland and bring him. Like, I need this guy. But overall, it was a great performance from Netherlands. And I think you're very fit in your analysis saying that they are the dark horses for you because they could do some interesting stuff this tournament.
One of the main criticisms I actually had for the Netherlands, right, was the fact that they didn't have a striker. And now if Brobby I know it wasn't the most world-class performance, but his physicality there up top, if he can just be fed by the likes of like Somerville and Gakpo, because he does look like he can be definitely that poacher, at the end of phases of play. Then the only criticism I had for Netherlands looks like they might have solved it with Robbie. So yeah, it makes them look even stronger. And yeah, like it's good that you mentioned Somerville also coming off the bench because I think Mac mentioned this as well. The World Cup is meant to be a place where these young stars can then kick off and make a name for themselves and build up their own little careers and stuff. But then Somerville, after scoring in the first game and then being benched, you would have thought, now Somerville does his campaign, take a bit of a knock, but then he comes off the bench and scores again. I feel like he'll definitely be an important player for Ronald Koeman. Mac, what do you say?
I say it was important for the Netherlands to bounce back in that fashion, considering the draw they had against Japan. Japan took the game towards them and didn't make them look the best. But against Sweden, they were a total different side, a total different beast that came out from the Netherlands. Like, I predicted Sweden to win 4-1. I imagine that came straight back into my face. But Netherlands showed they have the quality. Like they say, like Hamza said, Cody Gakpo, probably his best game in around how many 12 to 18 months now. Man got 2 goals and an assist. So fair play to Ronald Koeman. Even the thing with Somerville was, I think I heard something about he was injured or something, but still he came on and he still provided something, gave something to the team, got another goal. And yeah, I think Netherlands played well. Credit to Robbie also. Massive performance. Even if it's the slightest of touches, bro. At the end of the day, it's still going to be your goal. So brilliant team from the Netherlands.
Yeah. Mo, what do you make of the Netherlands? Do you believe that they could probably go, further than maybe the quarters? Definitely semis?
I think not maybe the quarters is where they end, but I think they're a decent side. They did come up clutch with like the slightest of touches, like Robbie, like as you said, wasn't really the cleanest of goals, but it's what gets the job done. And when it comes to Sweden, I think people thought they're better than what they actually are because of the first game. I think Isaac just hasn't been good all season. He got injured in the beginning, so he's not really in form at all. He's not good with the ball right now, in my opinion. And Gyökeres, I've never been convinced by Gyökeres, if I'm being honest, but I am a City fan, and so that's all I'm gonna say about that. I think people overestimated Sweden, and that's why Netherlands got the job done. I don't think it was Netherlands being as dominant as people think either.
Bold shouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you look at the likes of maybe Cape Verde, right? When they got their draw against Spain, you knew that they probably knew that they couldn't really play football against Spain. So that's why they set back. Sweden, on the other hand, probably thought that they could play football against the Netherlands. But we all know that the quality that the Netherlands possess is definitely much more superior than the Swedish. And that's where you see the difference in quality. When two teams try to play football against one another, then the quality, cream rises to the top. So I think it was still something that you can say, okay, the Netherlands did it was a performance to take note of because, I guess we'll have to wait until a team with similar levels of quality matches them to really, really see how good this Netherlands team is. But it was a good performance nonetheless.
I think also the timing of Netherlands goals were at the right time. Considering they scored early in the game, during the middle and towards the end, it was like perfectly spread out along the match. They didn't get all the goals at once, or they didn't get it like at the start or at the end. It was like spread out, like a consistent timeline. So I think that made it even more of a dominant performance in that fashion.
On that, Mac, okay, this is still probably early because this is a new thing in football. But do you think that these coaches now will be planning almost in terms of intensity levels because of the quarters? You believe like they'll say, okay, in this first quarter, let's actually go at it. Then we'll take our breather. Then we just have to, depending on where we are, either sit back on what we got or maybe push again until halftime. You think like these coaches will definitely change tactics heading into games now? And if some managers like Ronald Koeman probably adapted already.
It is massively, even part of the analysis, you have to take it now. Work literally in quarters, never in football have anyone go and try and dissect the game in terms of quarters, whereas we had 2 halves. Football is a game where like now everything is changing. Like it's changing, and people like me are getting fed up, bro. I don't even have words at the moment to say it. Yeah. But it's reality. We have to take it into account, and it's putting a spanner in the works. And probably Netherlands are one of those teams who acted quickly, and fair play to them if they did. But yeah, I think it plays a major role now in football. Well, for this World Cup, basically.
Yeah, I saw the breaking news that Hamza, you'll be very proud of this because England and Ireland have confirmed that they won't be doing these coaches and all that stuff in the next Euros. They've said it's going to stick to the half times.
I mean, it makes sense. It doesn't get more than like 25 degrees here in England, so yeah. If they had hydration, I don't know what they would call it. Maybe like what could they say instead of hydration break to cover up as it being commercial break? I don't even know, but.
Hamza, you're saying 25 degrees. It's 25 and 26 degrees in the US also and Canada.
I know.
And they're having hydration breaks, bro.
But I know last year, like in the Club World Cup, it was like ridiculously hot. Like, I mean, it's the summer in America, right? But like in Toronto or in Vancouver, it's never really getting that hot. You know what I mean? So, to be fair, we could talk about this till the cows come home, really. But it's just it's all nonsense. But yeah, no, even though I'm not the coach, I will say that I don't have a UEFA B license or A license or C license for that matter, right? But what I will say is, of course, they'll be taking that into account. But it's a whole load of nonsense, man. Like the Curaçao game is the perfect example. They went on top of Germany, but they just scored. They've got a bit of momentum. Boom. Kill the momentum. Germany would have won. Like probably 99 times out of 100, right? If there wasn't any quarters. But who knows, man? Who knows? And you're changing the actual sport. Like it's actually changing the sport. Because the whole point is you play one half, additional time, play one half. Like this isn't basketball. It's like going into basketball and saying you can't have timeouts. If they didn't have timeouts in basketball, man, the whole sport would change, right? So yeah, that's why I thought are people making a big deal out of it, but it's actually not. People are making a bigger deal out of it. But yeah.
No, but as the tournament goes on, it's actually going to get worse in terms of like injuries. Because when you think of it, you starting the game off, you're getting hot, and then you pause, your body's going cold and stagnant. Then again, you're starting again at 100 miles an hour, your body's getting cold. So every time you go on, stop, go, stop, go, stop. Later on in the tournament, I think we're going to see a few more injuries. We wouldn't want to see that, but this is going to be the consequences of what FIFA are doing.
And it breaks the flow of the game. I mean, obviously it breaks the flow of the game, but like the Ivory Coast game, right? Ivory Coast were on top after Germany being on top, because that's how football goes. It's like swings and roundabouts, right? Ivory Coast just started to get on top, and then it was boom. Yan Diomande has a counter attack. Kimmich kicks out a play, like tackles him, kicks out a play. That attack dies, and I think like basically a minute later, Germany are back on top after looking like they were going to have to take in a little bit of pressure. It just kills the game, man. It kills the game. I hope they do something about
momentum shifts.
But but it's just not like you don't want these games to be decided on that. The whole point is that the World Cup is chaos, bro. But it's so Americanized, but it's there in America. You know what I mean? America is great for some things, but for football, it's just not.
Never.
But yeah, I think the Germany games have been good case studies in terms of like, people wanted to ever study these coaches because just look at the momentum charts in the Curaçao game and the Ivory Coast game, and you'll see how Germany actually took advantage of the shifting momentums at the quarter marks all the time. But yeah, let's move on then to Germany. Germany obviously won the game 2-1 against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast with a very good performance, in my opinion, respectable performance. They were actually in the lead for 67 minutes of that game. Then Dennis Undav, right? Dennis Undav scores on the 68th and then gets the winner in the 94th. What do we make of Germany now? Okay, I'll start off with Mo. Germany 7-1 and then a 2-1 win. Are they looking,
I think
keep our radars on?
Yeah, I think they started off really well with the 7-1 win. Obviously, with the first half, they didn't do that well. But in that second game, we saw more of the same thing where they struggle to even play the basics of football in the first half. I don't think they're really good for the first 50, 60 minutes. And then they somehow just pick up and score a few goals. So I don't know how far that will take them in the tournament. But they did put up a good game against Ivory Coast. a really strong Ivory Coast as well. Like they put up a decent game. So I think they'll go far, but how far I'm not really sure with what I just said.
Yeah. And Mac, you know, we're representing Africa as much as best as we can. Yeah, we're backing all of the boys. Ivory Coast, they versed Ecuador, got the win. Now they versed Germany. They should be winning Curacao. Currently, the table looks like Germany on top with 2 games played, 6 points. Ivory Coast sitting second, 2 games, 3 points. Ecuador and Curacao both on 1. Should Ivory Coast, you know, not really panic too much, they should get the job done. Then, as much as they lost this game, it was still a good performance, and they should get the job done against Curacao.
Yeah, they should get the job done. But for this game, they're gonna be kicking themselves. Like the way they played was brilliant from start to like Mo said, the 60th minute. Okay, the 60th minute basically. That's when I think the script changed. Nagelsmann had that he had that cojones to flip the script, bro. Man said 3 subs on at once, changed his whole formation. He went to like a 3-4-3, man. Pushed his fullbacks high, and it was just attack after attack after attack. Undav scores, then after that 94th minute gets his goal. But that 94th minute winner, okay, I think Felix Nemecha played the assist of the tournament. That ball, bro, I think we've seen the assist of the tournament. That was sensational, was scintillating. You can name it whatever, bro. That was amazing.
Another player, Prem, actually said we should keep on our radars, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Felix Nemecha, that guy, what a ball, bro. I was more in awe of the ball than the actual goal. Yeah, that's for my midfielder thinking. But obviously, everyone's going to 94th minute winner. Brilliant. But that pass to get it for him to score was brilliant. And before, let's not forget, before Undav scored that first goal, Adingra will be kicking himself. Sorry, the second goal. Adingra will be kicking himself, man. You have to hit that first time. If you don't shoot first time, bro, we saw what happens. Missed his chance. They go on the other end. They get a goal. That's football.
Nicholas Pepe, man. Nicholas Pepe actually turned back the years with that run. The one where, like, Jonathan Tah thought he chopped it towards Jonathan Tah. Jonathan Tah thought he could come and get it, and he just was like, chung, gone. Adingra, I don't know why are you taking a touch there. Wrap it, bro. Rio and Gamoa against Newcastle. Wrap it. Far corner. Run off to the corner, celebrate, and be like, oh my God, we just beat Germany. But yeah, I agree with you, Mac. That ball from Nemecha was unreal. But like, the ball was unreal, and getting a straight pass like that through the lines is like, I think it's probably the hardest pass in football.
That specific time in the match, like in the 90th minute, where it's one of the most precious moments where you need to deliver, and you did it.
Yeah. Because people didn't assume that was going to go to 1-1. Like, I just assumed it was going to go to 1-1, right? Yeah. And it was so like outlandish. But I mean, the touch from Dennis Undav. Like, I know you're saying the goal, but like the touch from Dennis Undav to kill that, wrap his body around. I know he's a professional, but to wrap his body around and then hit it near post, I was like, this guy's now got 9 in 11 for Germany, which is like an insane record, right? He scored 3 already at this tournament. I mean, when you have finishers like that off the bench, you don't need Kai Havertz, bro. You don't need Voltemada. You don't need any of these players. Because if you have a finisher like that, that can change. Like, that's changed Germany's tournament now, right? Because now they're a guaranteed top. They can play whoever the hell they want in the last game, right? Keep on the pressure or not, right? Just from that one goal, it comes from Felix Nemecha's pass. With like Dennis Undav changed that game. They were 1-0 down. He comes on, beautiful header. I can't remember the guy. This guy was a substitute who crossed it in and then scored that last one. I think Germany look like I won't say look like a problem, but like they've got out of the quote unquote group of death with a game to spare. You know, I know they've got to play Ecuador, but I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if they don't just wipe the floor with Ecuador as well. You know, but we'll see what happens. But Germany are looking very good.
Respectfully, can we go and skip Ecuador's null to the South null? Or is that one of the most exciting null-nulls of all time?
Bro,
and we should be talking about some stuff.
That was exciting, bro.
Okay, back. Go for it. I didn't watch the game.
End to end, bro. I don't think anyone expected Curacao to. I know they scored in that first game, but they were close, bro. Like Ecuador were giving it their all. Curacao were giving it their all. Literally, when you say end to end, I think a hydration break was needed for that game. Imagine how many coaches we had, but we still had end to end, bro. You still had incidents in that match. It was a brilliant watch. And a special shout out to Ellie's room, bro. That goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He made, you know what I said for the Cape Verde match, okay? The guy makes routine saves. This guy made his routine saves. But there were 1 or 2 special saves that needed to be made. Those are the type of saves I want to see. I will give you credit when you make those saves. Not the simple ones where you're just tapping it over the bar. Where you actually put in that effort to dive across and make those saves. I want to see those saves from a keeper. And rightfully so, he deserves also his million of followers. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Curacao. It was a good
Let's
game.
shout out some of his stats. Let's give him his flowers. 9.3 rating, obviously, on FOTMob. 15 saves, right? It's one of the highest recorded saves in a World Cup match.
Tied.
And he actually had...
Tied with Tim Howard all time.
Oh, is it? Perfect.
I think Tim Howard had 16.
Yeah.
Do you have 16? I thought it was tied.
Yeah, 16. 16.
Wow.
And he prevented the XG
but
of 2.27.
very close.
It was good. It's obviously Vasinia, Room, and the Iranian goalkeeper that have just shined a lot in this World Cup. Yeah, Mr. Mo.
Yeah, but go on, man.
All I saw of that game was the saves. I literally saw the 15 saves. That guy is actually crazy. Like, I think he deserves the 12 million followers more than the other guy. If I'm being honest. But yes, I think he had a really, really good game for someone who. Where does he even play? Do you guys know where he plays?
Miami FC. I don't know.
Miami FC.
Second tier team. Second tier
37.
team
Like,
in
the
US.
older keepers are doing a madness in this tournament. Like, the younger keepers just take some notes because no one's making these saves. But it's actually
You know what,
Valencia.
for his housekeeper
Anna
now
Valencia
has
missed it.
the record.
No, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying it's actually crazy that Curaçao's keeper in their first ever appearance, and he's 37 and he plays for Miami, has the record for the
Wow.
most saves. Him and Tim Howard. That's actually really crazy.
Now he did make some really good saves, but Anna Valencia, man, that guy. Oh my
Watch.
god, that guy. Oh my
watched it.
days. Ecuador have conceded 1 goal, right? It was a 90th minute winner, right? When Ivory Coast kind of dominated them, right? So defensively, they're solid, bro. Pacho, Caicedo, Hincapi, right? Like you're chilling with those 3 guys. Going forward, my word, they are ass. They're straight ass going forward, and it's like and Enner Valencia miss it. I know Enner Valencia, you shouldn't really expect much from him, but like, if you're the starting striker against Curacao, you win this game, you practically made it to the next round. Now they have to go and beat Germany. They have to beat Germany to do anything. And it's like, bro, the way Germany are playing, like, would you put it past them to lose that game again? No, you wouldn't, right? So it's just Ecuador have fumbled the bag hard, man. But I think even if they beat Germany, they're doing nothing this World Cup, man. I think going forward, they just create, like, they don't create enough and they're not clinical enough, you know? I get the Curacao keeper was good, but you have to beat him. You have to beat him. There's no, like...
Even they set pieces. Even they set pieces. They didn't make it count. How many times Caicedo hit the ball out from a set piece? It was poor, bro. Those are your main players. You'll need to step up to the plate. You're playing in the Premier League week in, week out. You need to be delivering.
The thing is, he's not a set piece taker, but he's in the midfield on his own. And it's like, where are all the other players attacking? Why are they not creating any big chances? Well, when they do, Enner Valencia misses them. So it's like, what the hell? What do Ecuador need to do? I thought Yabo was all right off the bench, but man, Ecuador, from being dark horses, little dark horses to this is just embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. But let's see what they do against Germany, man. If they beat Germany, that's huge.
What was that guy's name that Prem shouted out again? I keep on forgetting his name. Comencia or something.
Yeah.
Comencia. He was actually, I think, the closest to scoring in that match. I don't know if you saw it. He had that one shot and the keeper saved on the side. I think he was the closest to scoring in that match.
Fairs. Okay, let's move on then to Tunisia 0 and Japan 4. So Japan, obviously, talking about dark horses in Ecuador. Japan was also labeled as one of the dark horses, and Tunisia, after sacking their manager and obviously bringing up Renard, ex-Morocco, Saudi Arabia manager, they couldn't really get that new manager bounce. But Japan cruised to a 4-0 victory, and that performance on top of the Netherlands one as well. Does this make Japan, people start getting radars on them now as well?
No. It was a good performance. It's a good performance, don't get me wrong, man. I think there could be a problem, man. But I don't see enough quality where I think over the deeper parts of the tournament that they could be a matchup problem. They could be a matchup problem in terms of just like in the 90. But I think like going deep into the tournament, man, like I just don't see it. I think they're good, but I just don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Japan has this thing where they continuously every single World Cup where they start off well and then they just fall off. This Tunisia team, I don't think is a correct representation. I know they won 4-0, but Tunisia are bad, bro. They are bad.
Which is surprising because coming into the World Cup, they had a decent defensive record.
Bro, they hardly even conceded any goals. I think it was 1 or 2 in AFCON. But then again, if you looked at the group in AFCON, it's chalk and cheese. They were playing teams. Every team in the AFCON group was 105 down. So imagine that to this. Not AFCON, I'm sorry, the qualifiers. My mistake. The qualifiers. Imagine qualifying in that group and then coming to the World Cup to be ready. Bro, it's bad. And then conceding 5 in your first match of the World Cup. Or 5 even before that against Belgium. 5 in the first match and 4. Tunisia are bad. They beyond that. I think I should have put them as my worst of the tournament instead of New Zealand.
Oof. But what are we saying? Too harsh or Tunisia?
No, it's true. They've been on the decline. Like even Tunisian teams in the African Champions League have been on the decline for a while now. They don't perform as well as they used to. The players aren't, like even the international players aren't doing as well as you thought they were going to turn out. Like Hannibal, for example, should have turned out as this wonder kid. He's now playing for Burnley and he's not even doing that well. So I don't think Tunisia. I feel bad for them as well because there's a really famous Tunisian commentator that's commentating in Arabic, and that guy was like, "We should have just not went to the World Cup," and he was heartbroken. It was really sad hearing it as well. So they're letting down their people, but I just don't think they have the quality at the minute. And Renard didn't like. I think if they manage to lock down Renard for the future, they may improve. But if they don't, I don't know. And he didn't even have time to put his effect on the team, so it was an expected loss. I just want to comment on one thing as well with the Japan.
Yeah.
I disagree with the fact that they're not gonna cause problems down the line, because if you look at their the past few games they played, they beat some really good teams. I'm looking now, they beat England 1-0, they beat Scotland, they drew with Netherlands, they beat Ghana 3-0. I think they're a really tough side. They could cause an upset in the latter stage.
Mo, but what we're saying is this is the trend with Japan. They do it every tournament where they cause upsets in the group stages, but they'll get to the round of 16, it's gone. If they get to the quarterfinals, they're gone. They never get further than that. That's the problem with Japan.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what their run was like coming up to that, like previous World Cups, but it looks decent now, so they could potentially change that, I guess.
And you have to win more. In this tournament, you have to round of 32, then round of 16, then quarterfinal, then semi-final, then final, right? So for you to even get to the quarterfinals, you have to win 2 knockout games. Winning the round of 16 game generally before was just like, if you get the right team, get the right matchup, you can get like a little cheeky run. Like England played Colombia when Colombia weren't that great. We then in 2018 played Colombia, then we played Sweden, and then we played Croatia. Really, we should have destroyed all 3 of those teams. We only destroyed Sweden, the other 2 teams we didn't, right? But if we came against Brazil, done. Belgium, we were done. Came up against France, we would have been done. Like every single one of those teams would have been done against. So it is a big matchup thing, but I just don't see it with Japan, man. Like even against Netherlands, they couldn't beat them. They couldn't even put Netherlands away. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, they won 5-1, but I'm saying Netherlands are not even like the top team. But could they make a little run? Yeah, maybe based on matchups. But I don't see them really like being a force this tournament. Yeah. But I think that's a piece of like praise for them that they're even in that conversation, you know?
Yeah.
No, but Japan are good, bro. You still have to give them their flowers.
Yeah. For sure.
They're still good. They deserve everything.
And Postecoglou obviously coached in Japan, and when he was there, they were talking about this whole 100-year project, which Japan claimed to be only in year 20, but he says they already in like year 60, according to that plan. And bro, if you look at...
On that, they have the same team from like almost 2016 onwards. So he could be true in his thinking. Imagine, I think that one of the Tunisian players said it. Like Japan has mainstays, whereas only 2 or 3 players change. Whereas this Tunisian team, half the time the players are changing. So I think he had a dig at the Tunisian Federation. So there's watch out for that. That could be another problem coming up.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, no, I think Japan definitely are looking good. And I think even in terms of that starting 11 that started against Tunisia, I was just taking a look at it now. Obviously, they're all playing in Europe. And I think the weakest league right now from all of the players was Nakamura, the left wing back, who was playing in the French second division, and then Ito playing in the Belgium league. Otherwise, everyone was playing in the Dutch league, Feyenoord, Ajax, Premier League players, Tanaka and Kamada, and a few Bundesliga players there with Duan, Sano, and Ito. So yeah, they definitely do have world-class players because they're playing on the world stage all over Europe. Cool. Let's move on. So that was Japan versus Tunisia. The next game that happened was Spain versus Saudi Arabia 4-0. Lamine Yamal took 10 minutes for him to become I think it was the 8th youngest goal scorer in World Cup history, leapfrogging the one and only Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi scored his first World Cup goal with his right foot. Lamine Yamal said, I'm going to do the same thing, scored his first World Cup goal with his right foot as well. What are we saying? I know it is just Saudi, but when it was a 0-0 draw against Cape Verde, everyone was making a lot of noise. We couldn't really, we weren't supposed to. And now 4-0 win against Saudi. We shouldn't be making noise again. We can't call Spain world beaters, but people are making a lot of noise now. So it's always two extremes in football. So let's start off then with, I want to start off with Mo this time. Mo, Lamine Yamal, getting him to the score sheet, Ayathable, having another good performance for Spain again. He's also a World Cup merchant or international merchant. What are we saying about Spain?
I think it was very obvious with the first game that they only struggled because Lamine wasn't on. I think that was the main issue there. I think they needed him. And when they put him on, he basically scored. I'm more surprised by Oyarzabal scoring to a brace in this game than Lamine Yamal scoring, if I'm being honest. Like, it's just expected. You expect to see like a weaker side against Lamine Yamal. He's definitely scoring. So, and Saudi, as I said it the last time, Saudi's team is literally has been the same team since every single World Cup they played. So I don't know where they were thinking they were going with this one, but it was very obvious that they're going to lose with a big score here.
Yeah, no, I think we all could see that. Yeah, Saudi was probably going to lose this game for sure. What do we think about Spain's performance here?
Yeah, I mean, first things first, man. Like watching Lamine at the World Cup, bro, is just it's just like it's beautiful to watch, man. Like the way that guy, it was beautiful to see him because you got to see him for like 10 minutes in Cape Verde, but like you didn't get to enjoy it because everyone's talking about Cape Verde. But like, man, watching him yesterday's performance, I mean, bro, I was just happy to see him. And Yathaba, man, that ball for the first goal was so good. He should have really got a hat trick, to be honest. But like that guy, man, has come in. They didn't have a striker properly for the last couple of years, like before him. Then he came in, converted himself into a number 9, and has changed the game, man. Scored the winner against us in the Euros final. Now in the World Cup is scoring like goal after goal, setting up goals as well. It's just like he's the ultimate guy for him, you know? And I think, yeah, you're right. Like the guy who's playing on the right last week, I don't know who it was a replacement for Lamine Yamal. On the right, Alex Baena. Bro, as soon as Nico Williams comes back in, you are getting sent straight to the gulag, mate. Like you're gone and never going to come back. And the other guy is Dani Olmo, right? When he came on in Euro 2024, he changed the game, man. He changed the game, and now he's there. He changed it once again. The one guy that I'm a bit concerned about is Pedri. That's the one guy I'm a bit concerned about because I watch him in the team and I just think, like, what are you? You know, like Rodri looks impeccable. Oyatbar looks amazing. Yamal is just like the guy. Pedri for Barcelona is so good. I think he fits that team so well. But for Spain, I just look at him and I just think, like, what are you? Like, where do you fit within this whole system? That's the one thing that I would say is concerning. But like, great for them to get a 4-0 win after the Capo Verde thing. Now that's almost forgotten. And because of results in the rest of the group, they can definitely go on and top this group now.
Yeah. Mac, any additions? Or does that
I think Mo and Hamza covered it, but I don't know if you guys noticed, like within the Spain setup, with Dani Olmo, Oyarzabal, and Cucurella, that constant change between the rotation of those players, like that made a massive impact and contributed, especially for that first goal for Lamine. Like that was a brilliant ball, like you touched on. So I think the constant rotations put the Saudi guys off, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know. Also, they were one of those teams in this match. Like they didn't know if they were coming or going. That's how good Spain was. Sorry, that's how good they were. They were literally flooding the box every single attempt they could get Spain, and showed compared to the Cape Verde game, they were more clinical. If they just needed to be a bit more clinical in the Cape Verde game, and they would have scored. And yeah, bro, it was have the floor, score as many as you want.
Yeah. Well, Mark, what do you think about Pedri though? Right, do you agree with my take on Pedri in terms of like his position in this midfield?
It's a bit of a sticky one. Spain always have a good midfield, and when there's so many quality midfielders in your team, like it's hard to decipher like what's their role. With Pedri, I think he's one of those players where going into the tournament he'll turn up. That I think when you're a big game player, that's when you'll show up. I think for now we're in the group stages. The team is gelling well together, playing together well. Going later on into the quarterfinals, semifinals, I think that's when we'll see the best of Pedri.
So you think he makes it into their best midfield? Because my thing is with Pedri, the more I watch him, the more... And that was the one thing I thought about the midfield yesterday, was like, if you're playing Rodri and Dani Olmo, like that midfield three, I just don't see. I don't see it, and I think Dani Olmo has to start. I think Rodri has to start, and I think with Pedri, I don't think he fits this system as well. I think even Gavi fits his system a little bit better than Pedri, even though he's way worse of a player.
No, I think Pedri is one of those players who keeps it ticky. I think that's the most balanced midfield Spain actually has. Gavi is good. Yeah, I think that's the most balanced midfield they have. Especially Pedri is one of those guys who keeps it ticky. And when you have Rodri next to you, life becomes easy. Bro, what more do you need to do? Rodri essentially deals with everything there. So, yeah, bro. Nothing. I don't think we should look too deep into it.
I was going to add in terms of what Max said about like the most balances, because when I see them three, I see Rodri as the 6, they can become an 8. I see Pedri who is the 8, that can become a 6. And I see Dani Olmo who is the 8, that can become a 10. So like all of them can definitely play the 8 role, and I think that's what makes it so balanced. And then Pedri can always drop in when needed.
Do you remember we talked about? Wait,
every time I watch this, I'm just not sold, man.
Do you remember when we talked about Havertz playing that role about what was it? 8.5, 10.5, 9.5 type of role.
9.5,
yeah. That's the role we actually saw Dani Olmo play yesterday. Like, you might not have seen him, but that's the role. I told you, as football is progressing, that role is going to become common each game as it comes. Like, we're going to see it a lot now. So,
no, definitely.
Watch out for that.
But I don't think it's as fluid as just like you need a 6, 8, and a 10, and then you've got an amazing midfield. You don't. It's player profile. I think Pedri's player profile doesn't fit within this. I don't think you say it's the most balanced. I actually just don't think it is. You know, like, but we'll see, man. I think Pedri's a brilliant player. I think he's like top 3 midfielders in the world, top 3 or 5 midfielders in the world. But yeah, that would be one thing that I'm looking at, and I'm just like, if I had to pinpoint something for Spain, it would be that. Not that he's not quality. It's just I don't see the fit.
But who would you put in Pedri's position?
I'm not Luis de la Fuente, bro. I'm not a coach, mate. I can see what's not working. And I mean
the options.
The
options are
okay.
Zubimendi, Gavi, Marcus Llorente,
Gavi, and Fabian Ruiz as well. I'm not saying these guys are better than him. I'm just saying like for the fit, because you know what I'm thinking is down the line in the tournament, right? Like look, I don't want to be so like black and white, but look at what happened. Pedri got injured. Dani Olmo came into the team, right? And then they won against, they beat France convincingly. Then they beat England convincingly, right? I'm not saying if Pedri was there, it wouldn't have worked, right? I'm just thinking deep down the line, like down the line in the tournament, will this midfield 3 work against like in England? Will it work against a Brazil? Will it work against a France? Like, will it work? And I'm thinking, that's where, I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying that's where I would look at and think, not sure about this completely. But you're right, Rodri is a cheat code, right? So you can kind of get away with it. Yeah. But that was my one area of concern with Spain is Pedri.
All right.
It's a fantastic point. Cool. We're going to move over then to Belgium 0 and Iran 0. So obviously both teams now played out their second successive draw, despite Nathan Ngoi's red card and Mehdi Taremi's goal in the first half being disallowed. The game did end 0-0. So it was the first ever meeting also between these two sides. Mac, who clearly loves 0-0s, we'll hear his opinion afterwards. But we'll start off then with Hamza. Hamza, what did you make about Belgium 0, Iran 0?
I'm so sad Max gone because I thought his video on it was brilliant, like his breakdown of it. Because I think it was so like what he said was so true. So I'll let him talk about it. But yeah, Iran's goalkeeper very, very good. But the main man is back, so I'll let him give a breakdown from the tactical canvas all the way to the Prem de la Creme pod on exactly what happened on yesterday's game.
The man that can romanticize 0-0s, please take it away.
Yeah, so much pressure, boys. No, it was a good result, bro. It was a good result. I don't think anyone expected that from Iran. Personally, I'll be honest with you. Iran always cause upset at World Cups. But this was one of those upsets where that midfield, I don't even know what's Iran's manager's name, bro. But the way he conducted that midfield, he shut out everything. Like, De Bruyne had nothing to do, bro. He's their main focal point in that midfield to do something, that creative outspot. But the way they just shut him off, like he couldn't do nothing. And normally on that left-hand side, I think Belgium missed Doku massively. He's that outball for them. But yeah, bro, Iran nullified them in every perspective you can think of. And then Taremi up front. Bro, what a striker. This is a reason why I have him in my team, bro. Remember the team. We still have to post those teams, bro. We still have to post.
We need to be posting those teams. Yeah. It is Max team is aging like wine, bro. It's actually doing well.
Yeah, bro. Taremi, I was so disappointed though when that free kick got disallowed. He was just much offside. It was a brilliant free kick routine. And we saw they tried different things constantly. But I was just proud of Iran. It was a brilliant performance. Considering everything that's happening in this tournament, like, they're being so oppressed. I know we shouldn't be saying this on live and stuff, but it's the harsh reality. And to go against I know Belgium isn't the best, but they're still a top nation. And to play in that fashion, bro, you should be giving their plaudits. That's why when they drew to New Zealand, I was so disappointed because Iran are actually a decent team. They can deliver, but they drew to New Zealand. That hit me, and I was like, oh, brilliant against Belgium.
Oh, obviously, this means that Iran's going to be versing Egypt in the last game of the group. And it's going to be a very important game because Egypt currently sit top with 4 points. Iran and Belgium are sitting on 2, with New Zealand sitting at 1. So the entire group still looks quite interesting. Oh, what's your take on Iran? Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of disagree with the fact that they play well in a sense. I think that the team solely focuses on pure physicality, and that's their focal point. Like they shut down the midfield and everything, but it's literally just it's like watching Arsenal play football. It's just pure physicality, no football in my opinion. I didn't like the way they played, but they did shut down the Belgian team completely. Other than that one De Bruyne cross that no one was able to finish, but I think they did a really good job at that. But are they really doing much more outside of that? Are they putting a few passes together here and there? I didn't see it. I wasn't convinced with the way they played, which does worry me, like as Egypt, who's going to play them soon, because we don't have the most fully physical squad in the world. But I think we outplay them on the ball, and I think Belgium couldn't do that with us. And Belgium's always been underachieving in these tournaments somehow. I don't understand how they don't play better than how they do play. So yeah, I don't think they played as well as people say they played. Basically, Iran.
If you could give an early prediction shout for that, what do you think the game Iran versus Egypt will be?
Iran versus Egypt. Honestly, I didn't give it much thought yet, but seeing the way Iran played against New Zealand, they still conceded 2 goals against a really weak New Zealand, in my opinion. I think they're going to concede a few goals. and I think it might end up a 2-2 draw. They might score a few goals here and there because they're really, really physical, and our defense just isn't.
Interesting. Okay. Was there anything to add there as well?
No, what I will say is, yeah, Belgium played Iran 0-0. Who gives a damn? Because on the other side of the group,
Yes.
we had New Zealand versus Egypt, and at the 9th attempt, Egypt get the victory royale in the World Cup. We have Citizen Mo here for his
Finally,
first
man.
TikTok live appearance, second YouTube appearance.
Yeah.
Mo, I know you've been waiting 55 minutes and 30 seconds to talk about this.
Yeah, I
Walk
can't
me
wait.
through your mindset and how do you feel, my friend?
Listen, I told you guys this the first time we played. We have like a really big Arsenal bottler problem, where we literally always reach a point where you think the team is going to do well, and then we just bottle it the second or the third game of the tournament. And I thought some of that might happen today, so I was a bit worried going into the game. A lot of people said Egypt were fully favorites; they were going to go in there and beat them easily, including me. And we did show that in the first half. Like, you watch the first half of that game, and we played absolutely terribly. Like, we couldn't put two passes together. We were missing shots here and there, and we conceded the goal. Like, if you watch the goal back, two of the defenders just headed each other and left the striker to head the ball into the net. It was it was that bad. But I don't know what our manager Hassan told them between the halves. I wish somehow someone recorded it or something. I want to know what he told them, because these guys came out in the second half, completely new team, completely new everything. I think he realized that New Zealand's team was playing solely in the middle, and they were very compact in the middle, and he just spread the play out wide. With Marmoush on the left, he threw. Our right back made runs on the right as well. So he exposed the defense and everything, and we just completely looked different. We scored 3 goals. We could have scored more if someone just didn't miss an open net, but it is what it is. We got the win. I'm super happy. It's crazy to think that an 80-year-old Egyptian man literally waited his whole life to see something like this. So it was a bit emotional, like seeing it at the very end and seeing the people just celebrate. It was like 6 a.m. in Egypt, and the people are out in the streets just celebrating. It's just so nice to see. It's so nice to see. And people might not get it because some of their teams won in the World Cup previously, a lot probably, but seeing your country win for the first time is just surreal. It's actually, it was just so magical. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I can talk about this for hours. You guys give me your opinions.
Go for it. Because Mohamed Salah also got into the score sheet. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he becomes the all-time leading goal scorer for the World Cup with 3 goals.
3 goals now. Yeah, 3 goals and 2 assists in 4 appearances. So not bad.
Yeah,
Decent. And the goal was so Liverpool like coded. Honestly, it was.
Yeah,
Like, comes in on the right, passes it in, gets dinked off, and he passes it in. Like, it was beautiful to watch. I felt like I was watching Liverpool, and it's like you never really feel that international tournament. It feels like clubbish. But yeah, man. I mean, now you're on 4 points. Belgium on 2 points. Iran's on 2 points. Obviously, you play Iran in the last game, and I'm pretty sure if you win, you'll finish top of the group. But
top of the group, bro.
Where
is it?
yeah, where can you go, man? Honestly, where can you go?
You know, I think we could, because I think if we top the group, we play potentially, what was it, Czech Republic, and we face.
They're not so good, bro. I'll tell you straight. They're not so good.
Yeah, I don't think they're as good a team as people say they are. It's not just because it's a European team. We need to be worried about that. Why are you?
They could potentially versus us. Because they could potentially versus us.
No, they can't.
I don't think we can.
So, let me paint the picture to you, okay? If we beat South Korea, we come out second. They'll play Korea.
Oh, y'all play Korea.
Don't do that. There's no need to do that. That's just face.
Czech Republic. It's Korea or Czechia based on South Africa. Oh, but we have your future in our hands, bro.
But by the way, guys, I'm hearing. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. News from somewhere in America. Argentina penalty given. Argentina penalty missed by Lionel Messi.
Given the ball
to the right hand post, and Argentina Austria stays at 0-0. Cristiano Ronaldo never missed penalty in World Cup. Messi, World Cup misses 1. Back to
Cristiano
you this year,
Ronaldo
guys.
won World Cup.
2 actually.
Messi won.
Scoring penalties in for everyone.
Bro, that is
I think he missed
crazy.
one. Didn't he miss one last time as well when they won?
Yeah,
it?
He put it so far wide, by the way, guys. He's just put that penalty so far wide. Honestly, like keep it in safe. He waited for ages. He put it honestly. Oh mate, you might find it in your back garden. He put it that wide. Genuinely, oh my days. That's why I was shocked.
Bro,
by the way.
that was like an easy penalty.
I was thinking, I
Oh
wasn't
my.
saying something so outrageous. Why is he so shocked?
Oh my god.
I was shocked because when Hamza made that face, I thought, oh shit, South Africa might have a say in your future, which Matt confirmed. It all depends on if we win South Korea, you versus South Korea, but if South Korea beat us, then you'll versus Cheshire. Which I think against Cheshire.
He missed against Saudi as well. Okay, here we go, guys. Penalties missed at World Cup finals. Lionel Messi, multiple. Cristiano Ronaldo, 0. Go to bed.
I have a feeling you're a Ronaldo fan, and I'm getting some sort of feeling.
Honestly, I don't care. I just like to rage, mate, bro.
All right, there's one more game to preview. It was another statement performance by Cape Verde after they got a 2-2 draw against Uruguay. Cape Verde put another brilliant display, right? No one's really had expectations of the debutants, and yet they are avoiding defeat against the world's best. Uruguay winning, obviously, the first ever World Cup, and having this big reputation in football, winning Copa Americas, producing the likes of Luis Suarez and Darwin Nunez, world-class footballers, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously drawing against Spain as well. Now, what's going on with Cape Verde? Is there a world, right? Let me just bring up the table here. Is there a world where Cape Verde play knockout football in the FIFA
Absolutely.
World Cup? Because Spain's currently on 4,
Absolutely, yeah.
Uruguay and Europe and Cape. Yeah, because I think if I'm not mistaken, they're versing Saudi next.
They're playing Saudi. And bro, I'll be honest,
They definitely
last
take
like 20 minutes, they held on quite well. And also, they were creating chances themselves. They were just, I'll be honest, they all were looking at the Instagram followers, right? Because they were all shooting from mad areas. I was thinking, you lot are so jealous of your own goalkeeper, man. You're so jealous that he got 70 million followers. You're trying to score a worldie, beat Uruguay, and get your own followers. You guys need to. They could have easily gone through yesterday. Genuinely,
Hamza.
if they just played a bit smart, they could have got a goal and finished that whole group off, to be honest. But they got a bit greedy, saw their names in the bright lights, saw the Instagram followers, and said, nah. You know what? We're gonna. And bro, the first goal was that. The first goal was
Kevin Pina. Yeah, Kevin Pina. He scored that free kick.
Yeah.
Did you see that? No, I think you need to go see that free kick, bro. Kevin Pina free kick.
Good.
I think it was poor even. That's what I was gonna say. I think it was poor for Muslera. Muslera, bro, in that game was so poor. The first goal and the second goal. I don't even understand with the second goal. Where is he going? He's going as a flappy bird. In no man's land, when you have defenders there, even to help you. He has defenders there, but he's coming out.
I'm seeing obviously the graphic of like how the goals are scored, and it shows one of the goals. I don't know which one, obviously. Now it's the second one.
Or the first one.
The second one is down the middle. Who's got the second goal?
That was the second one. Yeah, so the keeper came out. Yeah, the keeper came out, and he was, I don't know, flapping away.
He's also 40, by the way. Like he's one of many goalkeepers that should just be hanging up the
Bro,
gloves now.
Yo, Noaz, you gotta think about it like this, yeah. I was thinking Muslera is still there. Muslera is still there, yeah. And remember Uzi was a cute little boy standing in front of the World Cup trophy, and now this guy was the keeper then. Uzi's now got his team, gonna get married, whatever, inshallah, whatever happens, yeah. Part of the podcast, gone to university, got a job, and Muslera's still there. I'm like, oh my god, this guy won't give it up, man. Honestly.
Fair play. Yeah. Where was Valverde? I was going to ask where was Valverde. It looks like he played more as a midfielder in this game, not a winger.
He should have scored at the end as well, by the way. Darwin Nunez did a really good, really good move. Valverde should have gotten the end of that.
The way he took the play on and everything, bro. No, but it was a tough opportunity. It was a tough one. Even though it was no one in goals, it was a tough opportunity for Valverde.
Mo, anything you'd like to add on the dream of Cape Verde or the disappointment of Uruguay?
I think you guys said it perfectly, but I'm just gonna add the fact that the whole of Africa is rooting for Cape Verde right now. I'm actually loving what they're doing in this tournament, and I think they could easily qualify in this tournament, in this like the group stages, because Saudi is an easy team to beat right now. I think they get past them easily, just as long as they don't get complacent. But Cape Verde is known for their defense. Like whenever we come up against them in Africa, I'm worried about that game. I'm worried that we're going to be scoring goals and stuff. So they could potentially low block their way to quarterfinals, maybe round of 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do something.
I mean, every World Cup there's been a dark horse, like outside dark horse, not the one that everyone predicts. Is Cape Verde going to go to the quarterfinals? That would be a very good campaign from them.
I mean, they scored, man. They finally scored. That was the thing against. I still think this game against Uruguay that they were going forward. I mean, it's Cape Verde, right? So don't expect much. But like going forward, they were not clinical enough, right? They did get a couple of goals when they needed to, right? But they could. It just annoys me because I was watching that last 20 minutes. And I was thinking, you can win this, bro. You actually can. You guys just keep on twatting it from like 30 yards out, trying to like literally just for the followers. I'm thinking, bro, this is your World Cup on the line. You could actually go to the next round of the World Cup, which no one gave you a prayer for before this. They thought Saudi was better than you. I think we said Saudi were better than them, you know? And they could dunk on not only Saudi, but Spain and Uruguay as well. But, hey, we'll see what happens.
Do you know what this also stems from? These Cape Verde players all have academy history in Europe. Not in Africa, in Europe. It goes down to that again. And I'm going to keep on bringing this point up. If you've been brought up in an academy in Europe, you're going to be playing football like this. If you're brought up in an academy in Africa, it's another story, unfortunately.
Do you not think that South Africa can have a good enough academy to produce
We'll get shut on in every department to go forward. Coming from a coach that coaches in South Africa, even, yeah. Imagine.
So what is it though? Because we definitely have the facilities. What's it?
We don't have the facilities.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Where do you have the facilities? Only they have Sundowns and Chiefs. Go around the whole country. Where else are you going to get facilities? Bro, remember I told you about telling about I was playing with that guy on rocky roads in Asia. Imagine. He's playing there. We need
so much grass here, man. So much grass here.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say something wild, but
yeah.
That's it.
What I was gonna touch on is like we need the infrastructure. We saw what happened in South Africa when we given money to build stadiums. What happened? You've seen that in the past. What happened? Investment into sports. Okay, rugby. We know the investment is crazy. And they actually do something with it. Cricket, we see the investment. They do something with it. But South Africa, our investment is what? Is nothing. Like, you'll get one or two academies who have it. But other than that, it's very minimal. Like, it's bad. And I'm embarrassed even as a country to be having development like this. We have such good players, but we can't take them from here to the next level. That's the difference.
Okay, I mean, I won't make you any more upset than you already are. So let's move on, right? Let's move on.
Hey, bro, I could have went on and on.
Let's go on then to a country full of Africans that do have their development overseas. So let's talk about France versus Iraq, right?
I knew you were going to say France when you said that.
France is going to be versus Iraq, right? In the next couple of hours, Iraq obviously lost their first game 4-1 to Norway. France, if they secure a win here, also they should be securing their qualification into. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they should be securing their qualification into the next round because them and Norway both have 3 points. Senegal and Iraq both have 0. So, what are we making of this France game that's going to happen in a couple of hours?
Iraq are no pushovers, man. That's what I would say. They're no pushovers. They were 2-1 up until like the last 15 minutes against Norway. France has got to get the job done. They got more than enough to do it. But I wouldn't expect this to be like a 4-5 niller. You know, I mean, it definitely could happen. but I'm not sure if it will. I don't think it will dominate as much as people think. But I need Ousmane Dembele to stand up, man. Get a couple of goals, dude. Like, I need to see this guy actually pull a performance out of his backside because he's never done it for France. And if Mbappe is gonna have something, do something this tournament, he needs a guy, a running mate, right? It looks like it's gonna be Elise, but if they have Elise and Dembele and Mbappe, bro, the trophy's theirs. The trophy is theirs. I don't care if your defensive midfield's not that great, bro. You have those three like on fire. The trophy's theirs. But one could say that they're not going to all be on fire because the midfield isn't there for them, which is a completely fair argument as well. So we will see, man. We will see.
Mo, I wanted to ask you now. I think with France now there would be 3 players that are considered undroppable until maybe they've definitely secured the qualification. That being Olise, Dembele, and Mbappe. Do you think the rotation comes in then on the left hand side? Where Desiree Doué started, do you think maybe Bradley Barcola could start this game? Or do you think they'll still stick to the same team?
No, I think he could start Desiree Doué. He has no need to play the same players now because they're obviously going to beat Iraq. Like, as much as we can say they're going to put up a fight and everything, it's a mismatch. They can field out their second team and they could still beat them. I think it's even going to be a high score. It might be a 4 or 5-0, 4 or 5-1 maybe. But I think... I don't think I want Ryan Cherky to start, man, because how on earth do you have a Ryan Cherky on the bench and you're not starting the guy? Come on, man. Like, what's he doing? Why is Rabiot?
But at least in the 10's better than him, though.
Like 40 years old.
Yeah, but he's going to play in the 10, right? Elise is better than him in the 10. I think if, like, in this France.
On the right.
In this France. Well, yeah, I mean, I think they'll probably drop Dembele. Dembele's not going to.
Yeah, Dembele's not doing.
Position. He's not going to play in the same
I
position.
don't think
unless you put Mbappe on the left.
Well as... You could put Mbappe as striker and have Desiree Doué on the left and Olise on the right, Cherky behind them. That could
I just think Elise is better in the 10, to be honest. In this system. I think he's better in the system. And like, bro, what he did in the second half, oh my God. That guy is ridiculous. But yeah, man. I know you're going to ride for your boy in it. But at least
he did it for France as well. Like when who did they play like before? Right before the
Nations League. Oh right.
No, not the Nations League. Like in one of the friendlies. I think they might have lost the game. You know? Yeah, they did lose the game.
Ivory Coast.
He scored a goal. Ivory Coast. Yeah, he scored a goal. He did well. I think when I watched the highlights, he was literally the heartbeat of the team. So I don't understand how he doesn't play him. I get that Elise might be currently the best at that position in the world, but you could move them around. You could try new formations, and I think if there's a game to do it, it's Iraq. I don't know why I said like
Iraq.
Just because of the US,
maybe. Mac, do you think it will? Okay, I think we're all backing France to win here. Do you think it will be a bit more respectable than a 4-0 prediction? So
I was gonna go for 4-0. I need them to get 4 goals. I need to get back into these predictions. So yeah, I need 4 goals from France.
Yeah, same here.
I think ultimately France will be too good for them. Iraq will put up a fight because every manager is gonna come into the game thinking they can win, even though it's not realistic. But ultimately, France will close it off.
Yeah, I think the more trust they have, and the more like what is it? The more confidence they have going forward, Iraq, they're gonna concede. They're literally just gonna concede like that. I don't think they have the facilities to even try and do anything but to have a low block.
I think it was their manager that said like he goes into every match to win, not to lose. And if he could have 3 goalkeepers, he would do that.
Yeah.
Well, what's everyone gone for actually? Mac's gone for a 4-0 France win. Ozzy's gone for 3-0 France. I've gone for 5-1 France.
Ben started off his whole video by saying, Iraq is no pushover, man. Iraq's no pushover, man.
Oh my days.
Oh my God, I need to find some shame, honestly. Noaz has gone 4-0. Mo went 5-0 and Pav went 4-0. So basically, we wanted to not be a 4-0.
Listen, if I get 4-0,
we're chilling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. If I get 4-0, I know it's a win for me, but it's a double
It's
win for
actually a
this
loss
guy
for
on
you,
top.
bro. Yeah, Mark, it's kind of a loss for you. To be honest.
Inshallah, it's 4-0.
Bro, even like, what was the other game? We predicted that was
Spain.
3-0.
No, but even Spain, bro, like
Oh,
I
it's
predicted
Spain.
3-0, right? No, like I predicted 3-0. You know, that first one went in, I was like screaming, but the first two were exacts. Yeah, the first two.
Bro, it's
I'm
funny
just
because
worried he
when you were
subs people
3-0
off,
up, you stayed at 3-0 for ages, bro. And I was at badminton and I kept on checking my phone, like in between games. I was like, please score, please score, please score, please score. I didn't know who it was who scored the last one, but I was like, when I saw 4-0, I was like, I can
I'm
finally
Just like,
rest.
If anything, you
I
should
felt
have
like
wished for
Thanos,
Saudi
bro.
just go. Because you would have
Nah.
got the exact points for that.
Honestly, at that point, I didn't care, bro. I was just like, I can finally rest, man. I can finally rest.
I'm not so confident.
Because I was
in
like,
the
Saudi
other
are so
fixtures,
ass,
though.
they're never going to score again. Because I think someone else did 4-1. So I was like, I can't have that.
Yeah, I think I did.
But I don't think anyone did 4-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bilkul, let's see what happens.
I'm just worried he
Alright.
subs people off like the Spanish manager. He might like be 3-0 up and just say,
Rotate.
that's it for now. Let's rotate.
Khalas.
But even their B team's probably scoring. Let's be real.
So what score do I not want it to be? 4-0 would be a killer, mate. If 4, no, what did I say?
France,
5-0. 5-1. Oh my god. Flipping now.
All I know
I'll
is
go
like
5-1,
if Iraq somehow get like a goal first, then it's like then Hamza's like, okay, it's on, baby, it's on.
yeah. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. Just
More.
one goal. Can you give me one more day? That's all I need, bro. I just need one.
But yeah. Okay, let's move on then to Norway versus Senegal, which will be happening 2 o'clock in the morning for us. I think 3 o'clock in the morning for Mo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a late one, and 1 o'clock in the morning for Hamza. So Norway versus Senegal. Important because Senegal obviously do need points, a win, especially. And Norway obviously hasn't really been making World Cups. Senegal have been making World Cups and actually have been going far in the Continental Cups as well. This is going to be a tough game. It's going to be difficult to predict. I'll start off with Mo. What do you think will happen in this game?
I think Senegal will most probably hold the ball for most of the game. I think they're going to apply the pressure to Norway. It's literally just about if Norway take their chances or not. Like Erling Haaland, literally just give him a ball in the box, and if he takes that one shot and scores it, then the game's flipped. So I think Norway are only in it if they manage to finish the chances they create. In their first game, they didn't even create that many dangerous chances. But whenever they create chances, you have the finishers there. So I don't know. I'm predicting. I want to say Norway win, but I know their capabilities, so I'm just gonna go with a draw. And a draw. 2-2.
Mac, what do you think that the scoreline will be? Norway versus Senegal.
It's gonna be an interesting watch. I'm going to go 3-3. Let's go.
Sure.
High scoring affair. 3-3.
Interesting.
If Jackson scores, bro, you know what that guy can do.
Bro, you'll be waiting a long time for that, mate. I would go for Senegal were good, man. 3-1 didn't actually reflect how well they played against France. But I'm going to go and just hope that Haaland has like a really good game. I want to see Haaland just dominate this World Cup, to be honest. So I'm going to go for a hope prediction, and I will go for 3-1 Norway.
You know what's
Haaland
funny? Man said
2.
cope. He said cope first before.
Yeah.
I meant hope. I'll go for hope 1. And I'll go Haaland 2, Van Wolfer with the 3rd.
Oh my, ball knowledge.
Random. Just for the clips, bro.
Yeah, literally. I'll throw as many as possible when one comes out. Yo, Tawheed, get that shit out right now.
Now, obviously, I also, at the beginning of the tournament, backed Haaland to be the top goal scorer. I didn't want him to do more against Iraq to really make that prediction become more of a reality. So, in order for that...
He scored 2, man. What do you actually expect him to do? Do you expect him to
I
get
wanted him to
5
do
goals
4.
on his
I
first
genuinely expected him to do 4. Genuinely expected him to do 4, yeah.
Oh, my days, bro. Give him a rest, man. Jeez. He's making YouTube videos, bro. He has to save that.
There's no
energy
rest
for the
days for robots, bro.
Okay, fine. So I'm gonna stick it to a high scoring affair as well, and I'm gonna say 4-3 to Senegal. All right, I'll let this
Oh
go
my
too,
God.
and let's try the upside tactic. Okay, random player. Watch out for Antonio Nusa, man. Like RB Leipzig striker. Come on.
He was good though.
Like, if you-
Oh my God, he was good. By the way, I know you're joking a bit, but like he was incredible that first game. My word!
Oh,
If
no,
you
I
go
know,
for a
man.
Leipzig winger, if you go for a Leipzig winger, honestly, Diamande for 110 or Nusa for like 40, bro. I'll take Nusa every day of the week, mate.
Don't joke. That good, huh? That good.
Bro, he was quality, mate. His close control is just. He's like Mudryk without the pace and without obviously the drug issues and things like that. But yeah.
Quite a major thing.
This next game, I'm gonna go to our North African specialist in Mo here because it'll be Algeria who's gonna be playing Jordan. What do we make of this game?
Algeria, Jordan. You know, Jordan actually has a decent team despite the results. They have a really good team. I don't know why they're underperforming in the World Cup and beforehand. The team's actually really talented. They did face Morocco, I think, before the tournament. They lost. But Algeria just isn't doing it for me at the minute. I don't know who's going to win, actually. I'm split between the two. But Algeria, when you look at their team over the past few years, they've just been declining year after year. But I think since Riyad Mahrez started declining, they've been declining as well. So I'm not really sure who's going to do well here, but I'm still going to predict a win for Algeria. I'm going to say like a solid 2-1 for Algeria.
It's surprising though because coming into this World Cup, they won El Salvador 7-0, drew 0-0 to Uruguay, won the Netherlands 1-0, won Bolivia 4-0. Then the opening campaign 3-0 lost to Argentina. Whereas on the flip side with Jordan, they lost 3-2 to Morocco, 2-2 they drew. I think this is Costa Rica if I'm not mistaken. Let me just confirm this. Yeah, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Then lost 4-1 to Switzerland, lost 2-0 to Colombia, and then now lost 3-1 to Austria. So
the thing is, they had a decent team. I don't remember if it was for there's something called the Arab Cup, I think, or was the Asian one. I don't know which one they played well in, but they had a really, really good squad. Like they surprised me. So I thought they'd do well, but they've just been underperforming, majorly underperforming.
Score predictions for Jordan and Algeria. I know Mo, you said it's a bit of a difficult one for you. 2-1 Algeria.
2-1 Algeria. Maybe even 3, but let's just go with 2-1. Simple.
Hamza?
I'll go 1-1. I'm
going to back Algeria also just because of their, football pedigree. It looks like Mac is ready to step up and play for Jordan. I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm playing ball like in 20 minutes, so yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the scoreline will be between Jordan and Algeria?
Listen, I've always said I'm backing Petkovic to do something for Algeria, so I'm gonna go 3-1 Algeria.
Oh, okay. Let's move over then to Group K, Portugal versus Uzbekistan. Does Ronaldo score his first goal this World Cup? And does the players around him finally wake up as well? Because let's not only blame Ronaldo.
Yeah. Let's stop this whole will Ronaldo score, will Ronaldo not score, right? When England play, yeah, you might say will Kane score. Like when Spain play, you don't say will Lamine Yamal score. When Argentina play, will Messi score. It's like this pressure that you got guys put on Ronaldo is like actually ridiculous, bro. Like they, as you mentioned, they played ass in the first game. They all need to fix up, bro. And if he's not good enough for the team, Roberto Martinez needs to take him out of the team. But it's not all on him, Like he in his prime, he wasn't able to do it, right? So if he does it now, yeah, it'll be great. He gets the job done now, it'll be great. But there's no pressure on him to do anything, in my opinion. Cristiano Ronaldo. Will he score? Yes, he probably will. But will it matter? No. Because I'm going to go for Portugal 5, Uzbekistan 0.
5.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is coming after Portugal's 7 shots against DR Congo, which was registered.
Yeah, but they'll switch it on, man.
World Cup match.
He was
They'll
even
switch
praising
on, man.
I'm saying this guy. I'm like, hey, yeah. Cristiano will.
No, because I think they'll switch it on, man. You can't have a team with Vitinha, Neves, and Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes, right? And that happened 2 games in a row. I'm sorry, bro. It's not happening. Ronaldo Vega, if he starts, bro, that's a problem. If you're starting Ronaldo Vega and Thomas Araujo and Cancelo, then yeah, maybe like just go home at this point, right? Genuinely, go back to Portugal. There's no hope for you. You're just wasting time. You could be chilling. You know what I mean? But if they change up that defense a little bit, Bruno Fernandes is not doing that again, bro. I reckon he'll get a couple of assists tomorrow, and it will be a great day for Portugal to get their campaign back on track. Because if we have to play them, oh my God, by the way, they're third. We're currently England are looking to play them in the round of 32. I swear to God, if we dominate all the teams in our group, have this unreal performance, have to play Portugal in the round of 32, I will not be a happy boy, mate. I will not be happy. I'll be fucking pissed. Actually, I'll be pissed.
Did you know that Bruno hasn't
Yeah.
assisted ever in a major competition? Ever. Bruno
Don't you?
Fernandes. Oh,
Yeah, I know whenever the big moments come, he always fails. I understand that. Right, I understand that he's always failed, like throughout the history of his whole career. Europa League final 2021, Europa League final 2025, FA Cup final 2023, like countless other ones, right? He's never turned up, never ever. Like we can all understand that, but he will this time. Ozzy, I know you're watching somewhere in wherever the hell you stay.
Yeah, but
Bruno's got
that-
tomorrow.
You know,
Disrespect
next
Sam,
season
mate.
is his last season, by the way. You know that his contract ends in June 30th, 2027.
but how can you not assist Cristiano Ronaldo at a major competition? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I think their play styles just don't go together at all. Well, if you saw the chance where they literally both ran at the ball, like I don't think they understand each other at all. And it's crazy because they have literally, you could argue that it's the best midfield in the world right now, Vitinha, John Evans, and Bruno. How are you not threading one pass to Ronaldo, like to make him go one-on-one with the keeper? Like, how's that not happening in 90 minutes of football? I don't get it.
On top of that, you can add Bernardo Silva also.
Yeah, fair. But touching on that, Hamza always points
Get
out.
rid of him, bro.
Wait, always points out Bruno hits those long ones and hopes for the best. He's not even doing that for Portugal. Wait, I'm on your side here. Relax.
No, I was going to say about Bernardo Silva. He needs to go as well, bro. Like from that team, after watching him last week, bro, he does not fit in that team. I'm sorry, mate. Have Neto and have Leao, bro. Or have Conce Sao and have Leao. Like, I'm sorry. You cannot have Bernardo Silva playing right wing against he was all right.
I cannot speak ill of Captain Bernardo, unfortunately. So I will be commenting on what you just said.
Unless you put him in midfield.
comment.
Unless you send Bruno, like, get Bruno to the bench and put Bernardo Silva there. That's a bit different.
No,
But he would never.
yeah, and I wouldn't do that at in their current form. I wouldn't do that.
Let's move on then. Let's move on to the next game, which is going to be England, the mighty 3 Lions versus Ghana. They're going to be playing tomorrow at 10 South African time, 9 o'clock UK. What do we make of that game, Hamza?
England, we're the famous England, and it's gonna come home. England. I know, man, that performance, honestly, best performance I've seen England play in 25 years of life on this earth. Genuinely, we got we were 2 goals basically up, concede 2, and react in the best way possible. Played well that whole game, unbelievable against Ghana. Oh my God, it'll be. We have so much depth. It's actually crazy. We had Madueke and Gordon go off, and Saka and Rashford came on. Yeah, we had Declan Rice go off. We had Morgan Rogers come on. You know, like we were. Wow, we were unbelievable. We were unbelievable. But yeah, I think against Ghana again, same thing will happen. It'll be a demolition, but I don't think we'll concede this time. I will go for 4-0 England.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. Wow, to maybe Messi's good.
That's what I was wondering. What was this guy looking at? I'm looking at the TV. I just see Messi going like this.
Is Messi really going to win the Golden Boot this World Cup?
I think the Golden Boot like 12.
Well, Golden Boot for most missed penalties. Most penalties put wide of the right post.
Apparently, he just scored more. He just scored, yeah. So it puts him on 4 already.
They were defending him really well.
Becomes I think he becomes the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history now. He beat.
Yeah, they're gonna give him the Ballon d'Or now, which is gonna get another.
Yeah.
Ballon
Oh
d'Or.
my god.
He didn't even.
9 Ballon d'Ors is untouchable by the way.
Listen, I'm a Messi. I've been a Messi fan since I was a little kid, but ever since he robbed Haaland of the Ballon d'Or with his 4 penalties, I've lost all respect to the constitution of this sport. Absolute robbery, man.
Wait, shouldn't it be Van Dijk? Low key.
He shouldn't have.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. That
Yeah.
was not a statement. It sounded like a statement. It's more of a question. Should he have beaten Van Dijk? I'm not sure.
I don't think he should have.
We were rivals at the time, so I wasn't the biggest fan of Van Dijk. So my arguments were with Messi at the time. But looking back,
And
at
even
my
21.
life after
When he beat
revisit
Lewandowski in
that-
2021. He's had
that
3
was a
really,
robbery.
like
That was
two
a-
defo
yeah.
rob Ballon d'Ors and then 1 question mark.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, because the Van Dijk
Ronaldo
one, I wouldn't
better.
say. The Van Dijk one, I wouldn't really say it was like a full-out robbery because they had Messi and Barca won the Champions League. It would have been a treble-winning season, and he had good like numbers to back it also. So, but at the end of the day, it's like Van Dijk. What more could Van Dijk do? And the fact that he beat Messi, and he kept the clean sheet in that 4-0. Like,
Yeah, I think that's the argument people use for Rodri when he won it. Because what more can you ask of Rodri to win a Ballon d'Or if a winger is doing numbers as a winger? The
Yeah.
same thing with Van Dijk. But Van Dijk was just going up against Messi, not Vinicius Junior. So a bit unlucky.
but I like you.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 3 more games to go through. And then we will be having our show on Wednesday evening, our next show, and then it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back-to-backs. So the next 3 games, we can zoom past them. Panama, Croatia, right? Group L.
Yeah, let's just do quick high predictions on these ones. I'll go for a 2-1 Croatia win.
Okay, I'll go 2-0 Croatia win.
Amal and Mo.
I'll be a bit different. I'll just say 3-1 Croatia, even though I don't care about the score, if I'm being honest.
I'll say 3-0. I think that's
For me.
different also.
Yeah.
I think Group L, England will just be outright winners there, man. Like, put the fries in the bag, as they say. Let's move on then to Group K. Group K, Colombia versus DR Congo. It will be the last game of this round of fixtures. So Colombia versus DR Congo, Group K. Why are we making up that one?
Colombia were good against Uzbekistan. And DR Congo were good against Portugal. So I think this will be a better game than most people would anticipate. I'll go for a draw here, man. I think Congo will give it to the last game to then having to beat Uzbekistan. I think it's all set up for that. I'm going to go for a draw. I'll go for 2-2. Yohan Wissa with 1 and Chancellor Mbemba with the other. As Newcastle, past and present, come and change the game against Colombia.
Crazy. And Mac?
I'm going to go with Colombia win. I think they're going to top the group. So Colombia to win 3-1.
And Mr. Mo?
So my mind's telling me to go like a 2-0 Colombia, but I'm rooting for the African nations. So I'm hoping Congo pull off the nastiest low block of all time and just somehow steal a goal and just win 1-0. So I'm going to say 1-0 Congo and they shock everyone.
I'm going to back that. And I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-0 Congo. And Lionel Mpasi Nzao is going to enter the same books as Vozinha and Room. And I still forget the Iranian goalkeeper's name. But he's gonna enter that group chat. And he's going to... there we go. And he's going to be, in the World Cup Hall of Fame. And DR Congo is going to walk away from that 1-0 winners. There we go. Lovely stuff. Then obviously the last game that we're predicting today and previewing today, but it will be the first game of the last round of group stage fixtures. So it will be Switzerland versus Canada on Wednesday, the 24th of June at 9 p.m. Hamzash.
What was it? What Canada, Switzerland? I mean, they're the 2 best teams.
Oh, I lied.
Canada.
I lied. Sorry, but yeah, let's just predict it. I see there's a kickoff happening at the same time. Bosnia Qatar is happening at the same time.
Oh yeah, because it's the last games of the groups, isn't it?
Last
Yeah, we'll
game.
save that for we'll save that
For
for
the next
the
one.
yeah, we'll save that for the next
next
show because we can preview that just before it starts.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's leave it like that then. So,
Yeah.
But like, I'm surprised though because so those two games will be happening at the same time, and then after that, Morocco 80 will be happening at the same time at midnight. Then after that, yeah, it's gonna be a
Nice.
full day of.
Because last game's of the group, isn't it?
Yeah.
They
All
all
the
they
groups
all
will
happen
be-
at the same time.
So first
But they're
group
not
B is
all kicking off at the same time though.
No,
They
no,
are
I mean
playing.
like each group game
Yeah.
like is the same time as the same group. So both group B
Yeah,
games
yeah,
at the same time, both group A, so on and so forth.
Yes. 100%.
So it's playing Group E, Group C, Group A for the next ones for the third round.
100%. Okay, cool stuff. That concludes our episode then today of Prem de la Creme. Hope you guys enjoyed this footy chat. Some very exciting games to look forward to, and some crazy results. This World Cup is definitely delivering. Storylines are being made. Storylines are still unfolding. What more shocks will we be seeing? Let's sign off. We'll start off then with from Mo. You know, the happiest man on this panel because his country have won a game in this World Cup.
Yeah, but I'm just so happy right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just so happy right now. Like I can't describe the feeling, which is just say I'm so happy. And I'm looking forward to seeing Husanov go up against Ronaldo. I'm worried for Ronaldo's legs, man, and for the cameraman and everyone else in the stadium.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see that matchup. Oh yeah.
100%. Mac.
Okay. It's been a good chat today. Looking forward to the rest of the World Cup. Look like we're gonna get interesting games coming up. So can't wait. And hopefully I get that World Cup fever soon. So looking forward to it.
It'll be I'm telling you. If it's not here already, it'll definitely come by the time the group stage is end.
Every single game so far, and I've still not got it. So imagine.
Maybe you're exhausted, man.
I think so. Today I slept at 8. The day before I slept at 8. Hey, it's bad, man.
Man,
I'm looking at that night.
he's in such a lucky position to be able to say he's watching every game, but he's not feeling it yet. Can't believe it. Be grateful.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
I don't think.
Yeah, no. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope everyone enjoyed today's show. I'm excited for today's games, especially France, Iraq, Norway, Senegal, and then the game that happens after that. I think those are interesting. And then obviously England, Ghana. Get to see my boys hopefully do it again and book their place into the next round. By the way, this Argentina-Austria game has the actual comings of one of the most disgusting games ever because they are kicking the shit out of each other at the moment. And the ref is giving no cards. And I don't know if you guys remember Miguel Almiron got a red card and they went, referee decision. This guy covered his mouth, so we kick him off the pitch. Not just like number 19 has. Bro, he was hyped. This referee is exactly the same. He is screaming and shouting with it. So I think this game could get a couple red cards. So afterwards, Prem de la Creme pod, either watch or watch along, which will be later tonight, or watch the Argentina-Austria game because it's about to go off.
All right. All that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys next time, Wednesday. See you guys.